G'day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back me to the channel, because it's been a bit of a while since I've posted anything. But I thought I'd start with a bit of a handy hint that I've stumbled across through some research on the internet, and which helps me with some of the metalwork that I've been doing. One of the things that really bugs me is mill scale. Now it's an unnecessary evil, unfortunately, that we get on metal that comes out of the hot roll process. And what it is that black oxide that you see on the metal. It's part of the cooling off process, where the oxides all settle on the outside of the metal, and it just makes it difficult when you've got to weld it, and if you want to paint it and prep it and everything. Okay, so let's have a look and see exactly what this mill scale is. So what I have here is a sheet of 3mm hot rolled steel sheet, and you can see it's got a bit of a black coloration to it. Now most people wouldn't even know that that's an oxide. They just think that's the way the metal comes, and it is. It's the way it comes out of the mill. But in order to get a good penetrating weld, you need to actually clean that crap off. So you can use things like a little die grinder to clean up isolated areas. But if you have a close look at that, you can see that it doesn't really do that good a job at doing it. And then when you look at the disc, you can see it's clagged up with that mill scale. Now I have found a few places that reckon that they make discs that can get rid of all this, but in all honesty, there's a much easier way. Let's have a look and see what that is. So the easiest way to get rid of that mill scale is by using an acid. Now you can use muriatic or hydrochloric acid, but it's pretty potent stuff, and you need all sort of protective gear to deal with it. But there's a much simpler solution than that even, and that is this. Probably going to be reading it backwards. It's cleaning vinegar, or just white vinegar. Now what that does is it will actually etch into the mill scale, and it will remove it. It's not an instant thing, but if you're not in a hurry for it, you put the stuff in a solution and leave it soaking for 24 hours, and I guarantee you it'll come up squeaky clean. Let's have a look at one that I prepared earlier. I have a piece of 19mm round bar in there which has mill scale on it, and you can see it's actually got a bit of a rusty tinge to it already, and you can see where I'm touching it, the mill scale is actually coming off. So what we'll do is we'll rip this out of here, we'll take it over to the sink and run it under some water with a Scotch-Brite pad and see what it does. Alright, so let's run the tap and see what happens here. So I've got an old Scotch-Brite pad here, and I'm just rubbing on that mill scale, and you can see already there's a hell of a difference. So let's clean it all off and see what it looks like at the end of it all. And it's not it's not hard, it's not an intense scrub that you need to do on it. And this is being done in real time, so you can see the full effect of it. Okay, let's get this out of here and into some sunlight. So here we are. You can see all that mill scale is gone, and we just have clean metal there. Still a little bit here, and sometimes it might need a little bit of a harder scrub, but that'll probably come off with a wire brush now, because it's actually broken the surface of it. So the difference between this and using a sander Now start that again. The difference between using vinegar to clean it and a sander is that the sander will actually take away a bit of metal as well and leave gouges in it, whereas this doesn't. This leaves it nice and clean. These are some pieces that I did before, and you can see compared to something that still has mill scale on it, there's a big difference. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is when it comes to actually drying this off. So let's have a look. Okay, so I've dried it all off there. You can see it's all dry, and because this has been soaking in an acid for 24 hours, if we just leave the water on it and let it sit within the next 12 hours or so, you're going to have a very light layer of rust on it. But what I've found is that if I actually apply a heat to it, you can actually see the moisture disappearing. You see that? And by doing that, you're actually taking any moisture inside the grain. It's not very thick moisture, but it's enough to cause it to rust. If we carry this all the way through, that will dry it out, and you will have a piece of metal that won't need any treatment until you're ready to use it. Now, in doing that, you don't want to heat that thing up to red hot, because all you're going to do is when it cools down, you're going to put mill scale back on it again. So you just need to get that little bit of heat out of it, or heat into it, and that will actually get the micro moisture out of the metal. And to show you how hot it is, where are we? Here we are. So this one I've just done. I mean, it's hot to touch, there's no doubt about that. But it's not that hot that I'm going to burn myself. So that's your handy hints for this week. And hopefully I'll be back with some more videos a little bit more often than once every 2 years. So we'll see you later. Bye now.